I had thought of showing some respect to our Danish hosts by opening the speech in Danish. I can produce a pretty good accent français. I can do fairly well in Netherlands. And meine Deutsch ist nicht so bad. But unlike Carly, I've never really been able to get my tongue round Danish. Today is a very special day for me, because not only are we here to celebrate the wedding of Carly and Michael, but also to celebrate the christening of Hunter and Eben. And I would like to begin by thanking my wife Margaret for giving me Carly, and as a consequence of that, Hunter and Eben.
Well up, Margot!
I've gotten to know Michael very well over the past few years, and it's a joy to me that she's chosen such a great guy to share her life with, and I open my arms and my heart in welcoming Mikael to our family and to be my son-in-law. When it came to writing this speech, I started looking back through Carly's life from the day she was born, and I held her in my arms for the first time. I remember it. Then she started growing up, learning to crawl, then to walk, and then to talk, and talk, and talk, and talk, and talk. One of my early memories of Carly was when she was about 18 months old. On that morning, she had woken up for the first time, and for the first time had managed to get out of her cot on her own and make her way downstairs, whilst Margaret and I were still in bed. I went downstairs a short while later to discover that Carly had found an ashtray and half a can of Carlsberg Special.
Hey!
And she was chewing on the cigarette ends and drinking the beer. So Michael, be warned, from a very early age, she's had a real taste for chewing tobacco and strong liquor. Another memory I often recall is from our first family holiday abroad in Denia in Spain. Carly was about 11, it was her 11th birthday while we were there. And on this particular day we were visiting the local market. Margaret and Nicola had gone off in one direction, and Carly and I were left by a leather goods stall. Carly spotted a bag which she liked. She thought long and hard about it and eventually decided to buy it. So she picked it up and took it around to the stall holder, who was a big Spaniard who looked a bit like Skeg. For those of you who aren't as familiar with Danish children's cartoons as I am, Skeg is a big bear who captains a sort of tugboat in the Rasmussen children's cartoon. Anyway, back to the story. At this point, I was out of sight from Carly and Skeg, but I could see everything that was going on. Carly gave him some money, and the man gave Carly some change. Carly counted the change in her hand. I can still see it. She looked up at the man. She pointed to the card on the stall which had the price on it. And the man had to give us some more change. That was the first time I realised that Carly never really likes parting with her money, and when she does, it's not going to be for 1 peseta more than it has to be.
Probably for a handbag.
Again, on that holiday, Carly demonstrated her concern for other people's feelings. We returned late one night to the villa that we were renting. Margaret was tired and wanted to go to bed. Carly, Michael, Carly, myself and Nicola wanted to swim in the pool, which was right outside of Margaret's bedroom window. So Margaret said, I want quiet, because she's a very light sleeper. She said, I don't want any noise. And I thought to myself, well, how do I keep two young girls who are excited, they're on a holiday for the first time abroad, quiet in a swimming pool? And at that point, I remembered a scene from an old film about the Second World War, where British commandos swam up to the side of German ships in some French port somewhere, and it gets better. And they planted mines on the side of these ships. So I said to the girls, this is what we'll do, so we have to be quiet. Swim up to the German ships, put them on the side. Well, we've done this a couple of times. Now I should explain that our villa was back to back with another villa, which was slightly higher, so it looked down on our villa. We'd done this a couple of times, and then Carly came to me, bearing in mind she's just 11 years old, and she said, Dad, I think we'd better say it's a French ship. And I said, why? She said, because the Germans had come back to their villa behind them. Probably the most upsetting memory for me was one day when Carly was refusing to go to secondary school. She wouldn't get on the bus, so Margaret asked me to take Carly in the car. For 20 minutes, Carly cried and sobbed, begged and pleaded with me not to take her. What I couldn't tell her at the time was that I knew exactly how she felt, because at that age I hated school, and in fact I was quite successful at getting out of going to school. But I knew it didn't actually do me any good. So I made her go. As a result of that, because if I hadn't, it could have become a habit, like it did with me. So I made her go. And she got her grades to go to university. She went to university. She met Anthony. Where is he?
Looking after her.
Oh, she met Anthony. Now, when Nicola found Anthony on Match.com, Carly was able to say, he's a good guy. Because Carly had been to uni with him. If Nicola hadn't met Anthony, then Carly wouldn't have met Mikkel. And if that hadn't happened, we wouldn't all be here today, and three beautiful children wouldn't be here at all.
Here, here. Hey!
So that very painful day for me, and how I held back the tears, I just don't know. In the end, it's turned out worthwhile, hasn't it? Now, the moral, if there is one to this story, is that life moves too fast for us to take in every single moment. So make the most of life, find the people you love, and never stop loving them. Because one day, they won't be around anymore. And the world will have moved too fast for you to say the things you really wanted to say. I'm going to go now.
You can do it. Come on,
Go, Greg.
Come on.
Carly, you have brightened every moment of every day since you came into my life. Please go and enjoy your life, be happy and be loved. And if you do that, you'll make me the proudest father alive. So ladies and gentlemen, please raise your glasses to my new son-in-law, Mikhail, and to my beautiful daughter, Carly. Let them have every happiness imaginable. And remember to look after them well, as it will be they that choose my nursing home.
Hey! Bride and the groom!
Good work, Dad.
Good one, Greg. Well done.
Well done, Greggy!
Finally, Margaret